3 feeds. It's basically lets you easily aggregate and share news, web search, social search, and RSS feeds. And it's all about relevancy. So the idea is based on the problems that the information-rich web users are the minority. So with technologies like RSS and the whole blogosphere, the people with the valuable and relevant information are the minority in terms of the access to the information is there to anyone, but people's ability to find that information makes it harder for the majority. So most information consumers are less empowered to source insights valuable and relevant to themselves. And there's no simple solution that exists to empower mavens to aggregate and share insights with information poor individuals within their social and corporate networks. So it's a simple site. Basically, you come here. You can search a term. So let's just say that you wanted to search. You wanted to track Obama's election. So you search Obama, and you click add, and that would add Obama. So you've got here. This is search results. This aggregates search results from the web, aggregates search results from the blogosphere, and this aggregates tweets from Twitter. Then you could also search McCain. So you can have multiple search terms, and it just aggregates underneath here. So you've got McCain again. You've got the web, blogs, and Twitter. And then if there's a specific blog that you want to add about politics, you can just put in the RSS feed. So you just do that and add it, and that would add down here. So these links are just basically links to the article. So it's kind of like an all-top idea, but it's a customizable all-top based on what you want to follow. So in terms of how people could use it, you could use it. Company might want to follow searches on their company. They might want to follow what people are saying about them on Twitter, and they might want to follow what people are saying in the blogosphere. So they can already do these things elsewhere, but this just aggregates it all and brings it all into one place and makes it easy for them. So that's the aggregation side. Now you've got the share side. So once you've aggregated all the information that you want, you've got 3 options. You can subscribe. So you can subscribe via RSS or email. You just click there and it subscribes to the RSS, or you just put in your email and then it'll send you emails. So that'll just be a normal RSS subscribe page, just like that.
So I can put that into Google Reader. I Google anything I use to view RSS feeds. We got a couple options here.
Then the next option is to share. So we've just got Facebook and Twitter, but we can also add other social networks, and we can also make it easier. We can have a link that they can just copy and make it easy for people to send a link to this page so they can share this actual page with all their friends. So they can share it with their social network and their corporate network. So they've aggregated all this content that is relevant to who they, depending on who they think it's relevant to, then they can send a link to that person. Then the next thing is embed. So we basically got here, we're going to have some features where you can make a widget, so people can add a widget to their blog or their website. So a corporate business could add it to their website to show their customers what people are saying about them, or a blog could also add it to their blogger could add it to their blog to show people again what they're saying about them. And that's basically 3 feeds.
With the widget, I think you're saying at the end,
does
it actually, say you've got different levels, you've got the Obama and the McCain and whatever else, if you've got an actual RSS feed or whatever, is there any way that you have like a central stream of the information that's coming through on the widget, or is it separated by
Right, that's a good question. So we actually haven't decided on the widget yet because I don't know if you noticed, but we haven't actually done the widget yet. It's just a black screen. No, it's good. No, because these are good questions, right? And I spent a while looking around at different ideas for how to actually show the widget. And there's both like the question of is it more valuable to show it as a stream, which is kind of like how our RSS feed is actually aggregated and sorted by time and all that, or is it more useful to show it by source and by keyword? And I'm not sure, and it could be that that's a per user thing. So that might be something that you customize in this embed screen is, do you want it to be one stream or do you want it to be separated and maybe into tabs? So it's kind of an open question right now.
But the RSS feed is
the RSS feed is a stream, yeah. Yeah, it's just mixed up.
So does it, just before that, does it demarcate between what the source of the information was in the RSS feed?
What we discussed doing was basically giving the customization to the user. So giving them an option of what they gets, what actually shows in the widget. So they can choose things like title, author, source of the feed, date. They can change the color. And another thing we're talking about doing is actually integrating. We'll have powered by three feeds down the bottom, just like a feed burner sort of thing. But also have a share on each of the individual links. So if someone on that site sees it, then they can easily share it again. And we'll also have like a retweet. So we'll basically give the user the option to customize it as per what they want.
Yeah, so right now we do not distinguish the source. We could write something like Twitter : web : and the other thing I'd say we want to do is right now we're kind of demonstrating this using web search, blog search, and Twitter. Because those were kind of the obvious ones to us, but I think we also want to look at like what are other sources of information out there, like a Technorati search, like some of the more real-time searches. Because I know I personally, like for my job, I want to find out about stuff in Google Maps because that's what I work for, and so I have a Google alert, but I also have a Twitter search going constantly, and those are two different, actually very different sources of information. So we want to go and explore what are the other ways that we can really give people insight into what the various parts of the web are saying about them.
You're going to rename it 12 feeds?
We don't know why it's called 3 feeds. Somebody does.
My name is
Great. Oh yeah, monetization. We're supposed to speak louder.
In terms of monetization, we have discussed a freemium service. The idea would be that you would have a limit of, say, 3 or 5 topics per page, and you could have 3 pages. So once you publish this page, you can share it, and that means that you can send a link to the page to other users. So we have talked about having a freemium service where it is free for 5 topics and 3 topic pages, and then charge from there. We also talked about focusing on the corporate market in terms of disseminating information about a company within a company. There's a lot. If we can give them things like reporting. So in terms of like they can do email subscriptions, and then we can give them reporting based on what people in their company are clicking on and what people in their company are interested in based on their feeds that they're sending them. So that's another avenue we're looking into.
See, you can be meta and look and see what people are saying about you right now. This doesn't look so good. Any other questions?